Amina was brilliant by all external standards, a first class degree in computer science, a stable job in a growing tech firm, and a supportive family. But beneath the surface of her composed demeanor lived a constant mental storm. Every decision, every conversation, every glance, Amina would analyze, deconstruct, and ruminate on it for hours. Did I offend her when I said that? What if I miss this presentation and get fired? What if Allah is displeased with me because I missed that sunnah? What began as a habit of mindfulness had morphed into a relentless spiral of overthinking. It robbed her of sleep, it drained her energy, and constantly it made her feel spiritually disconnected, though ironically, her anxiety stemmed in part from wanting to be a perfect Muslim. She would wake up in the middle of the night doing wudu multiple times, unsure if she did it properly. She'd restart salah if her mind wandered, fearing it didn't count. Her duas felt mechanical, repeated, not out of devotion, but out of fear that she hadn't said them correctly. Her mother noticed her fading spark. You've turned your heart into a courtroom, my dear, Mother would say. But Allah is not your persecutor. He is Ar-Rahman. One day, after nearly fainting from a panic attack in Salah, Amina finally agreed to visit an Islamic counselor and a life coach that she met online. She was known for her gentleness and her psychological insight. She hesitated to share her struggle at first. I don't want to sound like I'm weak in Iman, she whispered. She smiled kindly. Even the Sahaba felt grief, fear, and doubt. Allah did not criticize their emotions, He guided them through them. She asked her to read a verse from Surah Baqarah. Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. Then she said something that stayed with Amina forever. Overthinking is often a sign that we have taken too much control. Islam teaches surrender, not to chaos but to divine wisdom. Over the next few months, Amina embarked on what she would later call her Tawakkul journey. She didn't stop being responsible or reflective, but she started distinguishing between what was her responsibility and what belonged to Allah's qadr. When she caught herself spiraling about the future, she'd pause and say aloud, Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illahu, meaning, Allah is sufficient for me, there is no deity except Him. When doubt crept into her worship, she reminded herself of the hadith. Indeed, Allah was overlooked for my ummah, what their soul whispered to them, so long as they do not act upon it or speak of it. When she failed to be perfect, she remembered, the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if small. She began journaling her thoughts, not to obsess over them, but to release them. She replaced fear-based rituals with heartfelt connection, and she learned to live in the moment, finding peace not in knowing the future, but in trusting the one who already does. 6 months later, Amina sat in her favorite corner of the masjid after Fajr. The same girl who once feared every imperfect thought now smiled quietly as she made sincere dua, even if her voice trembled. Was her mind free of doubt? Not entirely, but her heart no longer panicked when it visited. Because now she had tools, she had understanding, she had tawakkul. Later, she told her mother, I used to overthink meant I cared too much, but now I know. It means I didn't trust enough. Tawakkul isn't the absence of thoughts, it's the redirection of them towards Allah.